the Java part starts, and I'm in utility class. Here I have to make a few variables. So first of all, let me make them in this utility class. Like first one is private static alphabet, and it will store the string of all alphabets, like from A to Z. Every alphabet will be included in this alphabet string. Okay, and X, Y, Z, finish. Okay, afterwards here the another variable, and it is for indexing, as the Caesar cipher works on the formula of x plus n modulus 26 for encryption and x minus n modulus 26 for decryption. That's why we are taking index and storing alphabets, so that we can shift the value. Okay, so now we are making another variables like updated index, final index, and then index ptl, and then index stl. These are all related for a shifting of the character at that particular index in the string. Then the one more variable, the very main, plain text. Okay, and another one here, it is also of type string. It will store ciphertext. Another one, private static string, and you have to make it final text. Okay, so here this work of making variable is finished. Now we have to make few functions. Like I'm making here the function called Encrypt, and this function will be used for encryption of the string. So here I'm taking plain text in its parameter, and then encryption key, and I'm opening this function, and let me call reset function. Okay, reset is a customized function that I have to make later. And now in plain text, as the variable of string type, you can see that it's a plain text. Let me change the spelling, because in the other part we are having the same variable name, so I have changed it to plain text. Okay, so now plain text dot to uppercase. We will be converting all that characters present in the string to uppercase. Then we'll be moving with encryption and decryption. Okay, we are doing this because of ASCII code of lowercase alphabets and uppercase alphabets are different. Here we are traversing the plain string up to its length, and here we are checking in the if condition, plain text dot char at index position. Okay, and then you're using its not equals to space. If there's a character, and what we have to do is to index ptl is equals to alphabet dot index of plain text, and then char at index. Okay, so here we are taking its value, then we are updating the index, and we are updating it from encryption key plus alphabet dot index of plain text dot caret index. So it will be taking up the index of a particular character from that string of alphabets from A to Z, and then it will be adding up the encryption key to it to make it encrypted. Okay, then we are checking if the updated index is greater than equals to alphabet dot length. If it's go outside the bound, like more than 26, then the final index will be updated index minus that alphabet length. And in the else part, we are doing final index is equals to updated index. If there is no confusion or no out of bound issue, then the else part will run. And then here we are doing the cipher text equals to alphabet dot substring final index and final index plus 1. We are taking the substring from the alphabet and storing it to the cipher text. Okay, and now the final text equals to final text plus cipher text. Okay, let me remove this extra space from here and check for the brackets, like, okay, then I have to write the return statement, return final text, and then okay, everything is good. Afterwards we have to make one more function here. So what's that function? Let me check it out. And here I am typing the definition of that function called decrypt. We are passing a parameter of string type called cipher text, and then int decryption index or decryption key, you can say decryption key, and then we are just calling that reset that I have to write later. Okay, so here we are just doing the reverse of encryption, and as I've already told you that we are converting all the letters to the uppercase letters in the beginning, then we are performing encryption and decryption operation over it. Okay, so here we are doing the same as we have done earlier. Index equals to 0, and we are going up to the length of that encrypted text. Actually this cipher text that is coming in the parameter is nothing but the encrypted text that is going to be decrypted by the help of the decryption key. Okay, so here we are just checking if it is not the space, then what will happen. Okay, so there's a more information about decryption key. Actually it is the shift, it plays the major role in the shifting of characters, like the standard Caesar cipher algorithm is all about shifting the characters and working with the key. So here we are doing the same, and then you can see that we are updating the index as per it, alphabet dot index of cipher text dot caret index. Okay, and then we are just minusing or subtracting that decryption key, and in the above part we have added up that encryption key, but here we subtract that decryption key. As I've already told you, it is the reversal of encryption, and in the above part we have checked out if the updated index is greater than the length of that plain text or the alphabets that we have from A to Z, then we are just going up with that if condition. But here we are checking if it is lower than 0, then we are adding up it. Okay, and here we have to write that plain text equals to alphabet dot substring, and here the final index is being passed and final index plus 1 will be passed. Okay, and then final text will be equals to final text plus plain text. It is a shorthand representation plus equals to. Okay, so here I will remove this extra space and will return the final text from here. Okay, so this function is also completed. Now that remaining function called reset is being left out. So that function is very easy. It doesn't have anything logical. We just have to initialize something. So I'll just click on that red bulb and initialize this, or you can type this. Okay, so here just one line like final text equals to nothing. Okay, so it is done. And now let me correct the error. It is saying that if without so I forgot that curly brace. There is one more error. Let me check it out. Where it is? Okay, it is because of extra curly brace. Let me remove this, and now you can see that everything is error free. I will just scroll it, and if you have got anywhere messed up, then pause the video and correct your code. Okay, so this utility class is completed. Now we will be move forward to main activity, from where the app will be run. Okay, so here also we have to make few variables or objects, and the objects will be of view type. So let me do that firstly. So the first one is private button, as we are having two buttons, one for encryption and second for decryption. So encrypt and decrypt. Afterwards there is also a edit text, where we will pass out a string for encryption and decryption. Also we have to give some cipher text and key, and then the text views we are having. Okay, for the final results. Okay, then it is named as the screen output. And so again one more variable, private static final string, and it will be named as alphabet string. It will be taking the same values but in small case, like from A to Z, but in smaller, A to X, Y and Z. Okay, done. Alphabet string is done now. Now we are in the Oncreate method, and in this method we have to do some mapping work, like mapping the object of the view with the view ID in XML file. And here we are doing the same. We are just mapping them to make a connection with their behaviors by Java coding. Okay, and doing the same for the screen output, that is a text view for showing the final output, or the encryption or decryption string there. Okay, so here we're typing that for the message also, that we are taking input message. And now the cipher is also there, so we have to do the mapping for all the views that are connected with this Java files. Okay, and for key, as we are inputting the key also. So now this work is done, and here we have to do some Saturn click listeners for the buttons, as we are having two buttons. So first we are doing for Saturn click listener on encrypt button, and what will be happen on click, we'll just type there. encrypt, and within this pass message dot get text, as it is edit text, so we are taking the message from get text and converting it to a string. Then we are taking the key also, and it is being parsed into integer type from string. Okay, so it is done. Afterwards we have to do something for decrypt also. And for decryption, what we are going to do here is just type that decrypt. Okay, and then let me think about it, as it is little bit different approaches being followed up. Let me see if there's something present there. We are having encrypt, so we'll change its name to encrypt1 and decrypt1 for the purpose of ease. So I will just add 1 to it and click on OK. Okay, done. And we'll do the same for decrypt1. Okay, and then cipher dot get text to a string, and then we'll be just parsing up the key from string to integer. Okay, it is also done. And here we have to make methods. Let me see what will those methods do. Like, you can make another class to get that methods, but you can do that work in this class also. So let me show you something. Like, we have done utility class, and in that utility class we have done with 2 methods. So let me see if we can arrange something for this. Okay, so here I have changed the functions that are being called up to encrypt1 to encrypt12 and decrypt1 to decrypt12. Actually, we are calling them from the methods we are making right now. So what we are doing in onClick, we are just calling the methods of main activity, and these methods will call up the methods of utility. As you can see that I am writing the definition for those methods here only in the main activity. So this decrypt12 will call decrypt1 of utility class. Okay, and it is done. And here I have to make another function that will be returning a string encrypt12 and taking the string as the parameter called message, and then int shift key as Caesar cipher. Encryption and decryption is based on shifting of characters from their original position in ASCII code to some shifting by the help of key. Okay, and then we are just converting it to the lowercase. Afterwards, we are making a string cipher text having nothing within it, and then we are going up to the length of message string, and within this loop we are getting the position of the character. Let me correct the spelling of position. Okay, and then alphabet dot string dot index of, and we are getting the index of that character present in the message with that of alphabet string. Like, I am taking now the key value shift key plus position and 26. Okay, as I've already told you, it is having a standard formula, Caesar cipher. For encryption, it is x plus n modulus 26. So here you can see that we have implemented that formula also. You can read about the Caesar cipher algorithm on the internet, on Google, and Wikipedia is a good resource. And then we are replacing that value with that of caret key val. Okay, and cipher text plus equals to replace. Well, then we are just getting it to that screen output, setting the text, and then cipher text dot set text is being done already. Cipher set text and passing the cipher text within it. Okay, now we have to return something. So I'm removing this extra space. So we are done with this class also, with the main activity. And now you can see that for this encryption we have this, and for decryption, decrypt 1.2 is calling this function, and this function is calling decrypt 1 of utility class. So now I'm in the main activity. I'll just scroll over it and let me see if there is an error already. So let me check what's that error. Okay, I'll just remove this line. So everything is error free now. I'll just scrolling it down. If you have messed up anywhere, then please correct it by pausing the video. Now I will run the project. So I will be clicking on that run button, and the app is being installing. It is being installed successfully, and here you can see that. Now I will type some text, but instead of enter your text, you should have written that your text will appear here. It will be more good. Now I've typed message as hello, then cipher key text is hi, and key is 25. You can see that. Make sure that you should not pass the key beyond 26. The app will crash on it, because 26 is an outer bound for it. Okay, so now let me decrypt or add another text here. I have already decrypted it, like James, and then click on encrypt and then decrypt it. You can see that the change text, and afterwards if you try to add digits, then it will not encrypt or decrypt. It will only work for the alphabets. Okay, so thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe Techno Learning and share our videos if you find them useful to your friends and your college mates, so that they can also take some benefit from our videos and projects. Please subscribe Techno Learning.